Hey everybody, today we're going to be taking a quick look at Against the Storm. This is a city building randomizer type game that I've been playing quite a bit of recently. And so the gist here is that we need to sort of fulfill some missions for the crown before the crown gets impatient. And then we get to do another settlement. That's sort of the long and the short of it. So let's go ahead and get started here. We're going to build some camps so that we can cut some wood here. I'll just unpause like so. We're in the sort of like a scarlet forest biome. There are a few different biomes in the game. I'll show you the sort of the metagame or whatever once we finish this particular city here, but for now, yeah, we got to start harvesting some resources. These are our sort of three races for this particular map. We got beavers, which are good at cutting wood, and then raptors, which are good at like doing trapping and stuff like that, and then harpies, which are good with like cloth and berries and alchemy. So there's a lot going on here. So to get started, we go ahead and we just do some of these like so. And yeah, you can kind of select like what trees you would like people to cut. They're gray like that. They're out of range of your wood camp. You can see the range of here. And yeah, actually, don't do that. I take it back. Yeah, go ahead and do that one. Yeah, so the way the game works is we kind of cut through these glades to find events. And then we can complete those events for reputation or other resources that'll let us get reputation, and then we eventually win the game. That's kind of the gist of it. But these ones here are dangerous glades, as they're called. So we kind of want to be a little bit careful about opening those up too early. Got some various resources here. So like eggs would be like food. Wood is used for building stuff. We can choose cornerstones, which are kind of like permanent buffs you get for the current map. And so for something like this, I guess stuff like this one's pretty good. This one could be pretty good as well, actually. But yeah, I'm going to go with this one. Gives us some extra food when we make some stuff. We actually really need to build some houses on this map as well. So we'll go ahead and do that. We got 12 people. Each one of these type of houses can house 3 individuals. So we need 4 houses at the moment. Then we also get these orders here. So these are like little missions that we can try to accomplish here to get reputation, to complete the map. And these ones are special timed ones, which are hard to do. We need to get resolve up, which is this green number here you can kind of see. But these are timed and they're kind of hard to do. I don't typically take those. Instead, I think I'm going to do something simple like this one here. This will give us some planks and some tools and stuff and a few more villagers. Easier to complete and some okay rewards there. This one wants us to sell some goods or do some trade routes. Yeah, I think I'll pick this one. And then this one's actually quite good. And then they're really trying to sell me on that. Or we could do this one. I think I'll pick this one here. Okay. So when we complete those, we'll get some more points here. We need 14 points to win this map. Now, we can also choose buildings, but the buildings we get are random every time out of the selection of buildings that we've unlocked. And so we sort of have to figure out how to play with things to make these missions possible to complete. Different buildings are good at doing different things. So, like, for example, see if I can find a good... Well, maybe this isn't the best example, but... like, for example, these two buildings can both make scrolls with 1 star of efficiency, which means how many resources it takes and how long it takes to make a scroll. But there's other buildings that will have 2 or 3 stars to make scrolls. Whereas, like, this can make planks. A lot of buildings will have only maybe 2 stars to make planks of wood, for example. So for this, I think, while the rain mill can be pretty good, I think making planks is universally useful. So, and there you go, there's an example. So like this one can only do planks at 2 stars, but it can make a lot of good stuff at two stars, like fabric and planks, fabrics, and bricks are the kind of the foundation of all your building materials, right? So it could be good. But for this, I think I'm actually half tempted just to take that, honestly, because it is quite good. But I think, I don't know, I guess I'll take the Weaver instead since we have Harpies. And then for this, I've already started with a farm here, or the ability to make one anyway, should we find some farmable land. I think I'm going to take the ranch for the future. You can like save these. You don't have to spend them right away. Let's kind of see your stuff down here. Yeah, you don't have to spend this stuff right away. You can strategize if you're interested. There we go. We open up this glade here. That was just, you can kind of just click on that from anywhere on the map to bring you to it. So I just right click to get rid of it. We found some copper here. We got some wheat. Got a geyser to get some water. And yeah, like part of the setting in this game is just that it's always raining. And there's a whole like meta game situation, a little bit of a story as well, but mostly the game is this right here, what you see right now. You can see actually we've got like glades everywhere that we can unlock here. And I've got a mission as well. I'm kind of doing like a special world event. It gives me an optional mission here to do 2 forbidden glades. So like these ones here are dangerous. These ones here are forbidden. So they're even more dangerous, if that makes any sense. So kind of have to cut my way over that way, I guess. Another big mechanic in this game is the hostility of the forest. So as this goes up, bad things will start to happen at the hostility levels noted under the things. And there are sometimes things you can do, like for example, if everybody has a house, this one won't take effect even if the hostility level goes up. But as it goes up, the storm gets worse, essentially. As you can see, we changed seasons here. So we started in the drizzle season, now we're in the clearance season. And the next season will be the storm, and that's when things kind of get bad, and then it tanks everybody's resolve down. And if it goes negative for too long, then they'll leave the town, basically. I've only actually lost one match of this, or one game of this, but it could be kind of challenging. Definitely. Like, I like to play it kind of like a SimCity game where I just do whatever I want. But there is a time limit. As time goes on, the queen's impatience grows, and if it maxes out, you lose. Basically, I assume you also lose if you lose all your villagers, but I haven't had that happen yet. But yeah, that's kind of the gist. I think at this point, we're gonna cut into this glade here next. I think we could also build. Hang on here, build an herbalist camp. I guess here to get those berries. We already, I think. No, I guess we need a forger's camp for that one. Okay. So that'll let us get the wheat. We also need to build some other buildings here, like, see, like, we can't make this lumber mill without some fabric, which we don't have any of right now, so we need to build something that can make fabric, which in this case is going to be this weaver. I'm just going to move my camp here. You can move a lot of buildings, but not all of them, but the camps in particular you can move, so like once you tap out a resource, no big deal. You just move on to the next. So there's that. There we go. We just entered the storm season. You can see people's resolve has dropped considerably. Each race has its own like set of needs and wants, so you can improve their resolve that way. Like so. Different houses, different luxuries, different foods, etc. Alright, so we got this. Let's put a harpy in there. Not gonna worry about making those right now. I'm mostly just focused on making fabric. Now you can come in here and set limits on how much to make of each thing, and then you can like save those. So I've already got some stuff preset that I've been using for every game, and this isn't all the recipes. This is just what I can make right now. But it just kind of gives you a template to start with to make things a little faster. So she's going to be working on that, and I guess you can do that. We're gonna get some more villagers here in a sec. Let's get one of these and one of these. This means we just don't have anybody available to build it. But like I said, we're gonna get somebody here. All right, so what do we got? I think for this, Rich Glades is not a bad one. We could also re-roll once as well, which is useful. So these orange ones, I think, are like legendary cornerstones. So they're a little bit stronger than the purple ones. But as far as I know, there's only 2 ranks of cornerstone, purple or orange. But we'll take that for now. That looks good. And then up here, we get new villagers. So you get basically new villagers every year, and each year consists of a drizzle, a clearance, and a storm. So I think I think we got a lot of harpies already, so I'm gonna take these guys. But yeah, you get a couple choices here, and they each come with different combinations of races, and then also they bring in different stuff with them. So all right, so next thing we gotta do, we gotta build some more houses here. The race-specific houses kind of improve their what do you call it? Their resolve a little bit. Harpies are particularly moody, and sometimes lizards too. But we still need to build one more, so let's do that. We should be able to build a harpy house without too much trouble here. Yeah, but you guys, let's get you cracking on that. I want to see what's in there. Playing a little aggressively here. Let's put you in there. And I don't need you making planks or fabric or pipes right now. I really just need this guy working on bricks. It's not terribly efficient, but just enough to let us make a few things here and there. And there we go. Alright, so these dangerous glades, like the minor glades, don't increase hostility very much. The dangerous glades increase it quite a bit. But in here, there's always going to be something like this. So we have a problem here. We have a corrupted caravan. If we don't deal with this within the time limit, then these things are going to happen. And we don't want those things to happen. So we got to make a choice here to either cleanse it or send contaminated goods back home. This is a little tricky. It's a little early. We can at least use that. Our harvesters camps are actually already tapped out. So what I need to do, it's a two-pronged situation here. We need to not use all of our fabric, first off, or all of our reeds, because we need to come in here. We need to build a blight post. So this is something that is a little bit more advanced. You won't see these until you've unlocked them. Where am I even going to put this? I wonder if maybe kind of just I want it to live out of the way a little bit. So let's build it there, I think, for now. Because we need to build a blight post so we can make some fire, and then we can use our reeds to cleanse this thingy. And it's going to make some blight cysts as well by the looks of it, but it is what it is, I guess. The other good thing, though, we've got a farm here, but we've also got this forester's hut that we can rebuild, or we can salvage it. Either way, we rebuild it, even though we don't have the blueprint in our list here. We can still use it, which is pretty good if we decide to rebuild it. So here, I think we'll just go. I don't know if I have any way to get roots. I think there are roots on this map, I think. It kind of tells you what you have to deal with. But yeah, I think that's not going to happen. Best bet. See, there is clay, and there's no clay. Yeah, it's going to be hard to do because pottery requires clay, and there isn't any on this map. So I think this is probably going to be our best bet. As far as stuff that we can realistically complete here and then deliver some ancient tablets. Or 3 trade routes worth at least 6 amber. That's actually extremely doable. This will unlock a supplier blueprint for us, which is okay. Not great for us. That might be better. It's a little harder to do, but yeah, I'll do this one. That's fine. Okay, so at this point, let's just get this going. Okay, and then we actually need a harpy here. I'm gonna have you stop doing that. I need you to make purging fire. So when they're like got a big circle thing here, it means they're good at it and they have a higher chance to get a double yield when they're making something, which is really good. Actually, probably don't even need that many. 5 is fine. Yeah, so you kind of want to put people in there who are good at it. Whereas like this guy, he likes fire. The lizard's like, you know, heat-based stuff. So like working in bakeries or like this increases their resolve, which could also be quite useful. But yeah, we'll build that. I'm actually going to get someone cracking on this now, I think. Ooh, actually, yeah, but I guess we better wait till we have the fire. So you're done with that for now. I'm just going to get you out of there so you can build some stuff. And then let's just build a path to here, because we'll want that eventually anyway. This is sea marrow, so we can build a stonecutter's camp here. And our guys can mine that. Let's see, harvester's camp. Right, you guys are actually already done. You're all set. I don't need to make any packs right this second. We actually still have someone who's homeless. Let's see, beavers like to work on. Let's do this. Beavers like to work on wood and stuff like that, as you might imagine. Also mechanical stuff. So having them there is good. I think we just need to move you a little bit now. Let's come over and just build a path there. Characters move faster on the paths, so it's good to have those. Let's see, do we have what we need? We do. Okay, so all good there. Oh yeah, I think we can probably investigate this now. Get more harpies in there to speed this up a bit. I think that'll be fine. All right. Well, at this point, I think you kind of got the gist of it. I'm going to continue playing this map, and I'll see you when I cut open one of these big glades. These games can be quite long, so I don't want to. It could be like a 2-hour video otherwise. And I still want to show you the metagame and everything outside of this main game here. So I'll see you in a little while. And then we will, we'll finish up the video. Alrighty, so I've been playing for a little while now, and I've just opened up this Forbidden Glade here. Actually went in the other direction because there's 2 right next to each other instead of way over this way. And as you can see, my settlement's built up a fair bit here. Got a few new buildings to produce some various resources and stuff. Got a couple regular farms as well. Things are a little dicey for a bit there. But you can see I've managed to keep the hostility level relatively low. Resolve is kind of okay. Yeah, and we're not doing too bad on impatience, I guess. We still got a ways to go to actually finish this thing. Let's see what we found here. So we have a lightning catcher. I've never actually seen this one before. I actually don't do the Forbidden Glades very often because they're pretty challenging. They tend to be. So, okay, that seems bad. It's going to destroy 4 random buildings in my settlement. Don't like that. So if we try to burn it down, the hostility is going to go through the roof, but we'll get a really nice set of bonuses here. Or if we fix it, which is not impossible, because I can make barrels, I can make water skins, and I have enough tools, we'll get reputation and amber, which is basically just like money that you can use for various events or at the trader. You can see I've got a trader on the way here. Maybe I'll show you that in a minute here, but I I don't know. How are we doing here? I think that we can probably... Well, here's the thing, actually. I can't make pie, and I have a lumber mill, so I don't really need the reinforced saw blades. So I think our best bet is actually to fix this. And we want to do it sooner than later here, so let's just get these guys on it. I'm going to try to build a road out here as well. Again, there we go, something like that ought to help. We've also got like these caches that we can send back, or you can bust them open if you've got the right resources available. And this one I actually might break open because I can get the tablets, which will let me finish this other quest here, or other order. And then we actually found... So I never actually built this. This is specific to this biome. If we build an archaeologist's office, this will let us get some bonuses out of dealing with this, which actually will give us some ancient tablets as well. That's interesting. So maybe I don't break this open. Maybe I make some more tools and instead we'll excavate this. Yeah. I'm starting to like that idea a little bit. Food's a little touch and go, but so far it's been okay. We were starving for a bit there. So yeah, I think I'm going to send out a few people here to check on that. So we should be good to go here. All right, so that's going. We got another cache here even. So there's no clay on this map, I don't think. Yeah, if we found anything, it would be stone. So steel shovels doesn't do anything for us, unfortunately, really. So that's another one we could send back. All right, just ran out of stuff for you to do, I think. You can hold down a button to kind of get an idea of what's going on here. See, there are like small nodes and large nodes, and if you don't have the blueprint for the larger version of the camp, you can't harvest the larger nodes, which is kind of unfortunate. But I'm relying on farms mostly, so it's not been too terribly bad, all things considered. That said, there's nothing for you to do there right now, so I'll just do that. It's another one that I've kind of been sitting on, but I really need to get more tools, which means I need more people in here right now. Yeah, because we need... The scribe isn't particularly good at making tools, so it just takes forever anyway. And, oh, actually, you know what? I do have a forger's camp that I can actually use you here. My mistake. Where am I going to put you? Something like that, maybe? Let's just build some more roads down here. Something like that ought to be fine. And I guess I'm going to have to rethink my strategery here. Just got to find somebody to... I can probably get rid of you at this point. Let's just have you do that. You can also control consumption. I have an order to turn in a bunch of roots, but we've been eating them. So I'm gonna turn that off, and then I can go into my recipes and what's the wrong button? That one's recipes, but you can also get everything from up here. Go into recipes and then click this to see sort of the base ingredients, and then if I find the roots, I can make sure that it's turned off for all of these recipes here, just to try and get that finished up. So that looks pretty good to me. All right, cool. Well, anyway, yeah, so I figured I'd just show you one of the more dangerous glades, and I'm glad I got to show you this as well. So just to give you an idea, like once this gets built, we'll be able to select one of these for free, which will give us some various bonuses based on like how many tablets we have, or it'll point us to the closest archaeological discovery, which I think we've already probably found. Well, I mean, that may not be true. There might be another one on the map. I'm not sure. But then, yeah, you can spend some resources and get some additional upgrades. and you can excavate these multiple times, typically like 2 or 3 times, I think. But anyway, yeah, just figured I'd show you that. And then also, I've upgraded my hearth here, so there's a few different levels you can get by building certain things. And these are like aesthetics, basically, which make your map look a little bit nicer. And also, yeah, contribute to upgrading this, which gives you some various bonuses as well. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and finish up this map, and then we'll take a look. Oh, actually, you know what? No, not yet. I'll show you this guy. So this is one of the traders that'll come by your settlement every once in a while if you've built a trading post. And then they sell some like nice blueprints or upgrades that you can get for the map. And then you can also like sell them some of your stuff. And if you're in a pinch, you can buy some resources from them too. So anyway, all right, yeah, I'm going to finish up the rest of the map, and I'll see you, I guess, at the end screen, and we'll talk about some of the metagame stuff. All right, I've finished the map here. As you can see, we get some various rewards and stuff. We'll talk about those in a sec. And then there's these things called deeds, which I'll show you. And then, yeah, there's like a whole level up thing as well, plus some various score elements and all that good stuff. Let's go ahead and we'll go to the world map. So yeah, every game you start out right here in the smoldering city, and then you've got this sort of I guess it's randomly generated. I think the tile, I don't know if the tiles change or not, but like some of these landmarks will. So like there's a bandit camp there, and then over here we've got some kind of a monastery, royal outpost, and these modify the game basically if you try to build a settlement next to them. And so basically you're kind of making an expedition out from the smoldering city to these seals out here, which get progressively harder. So like a platinum seal is where I'm at now. I've finished the gold seal once already. And every time you finish a seal, you get more time in this cycle, as it's called. So every cycle you get a few years to make some settlements and yeah, make your expedition. As you get farther away from the smoldering city, the minimum difficulty that you can set the game on gets harder and harder. And then sometimes you get world events like the one I got before. So I finished one already that gave me like some stone and extra tools when I start a new settlement. I actually didn't I didn't succeed on the challenge I did before. I kind of wasn't paying attention, and I won the game before I finished the challenge. So oh well, no big deal. But had I won, I would have gotten I think like some vegetables and something else for my trouble for my new settlements. But anyway, yeah. So that's kind of the gist of what's going on in the overworld. There's a little bit of story, but I'm not going to get into that really. So yeah, one of the main things you do is like as you complete settlements successfully, you get some various resources, and you can buy some upgrades. So there's this upgrade tree. You can see I'm I don't know, maybe halfway through it, about maybe a little more. I put in about 80 hours into the game just to give you an idea. Again, I kind of play the game at a slow-ish pace, I would argue. Put in perspective, I'm just looking at my timer here, and uncut, it looks like the amount of time I spent on that settlement was a little over an hour and a half. So that'll give you some idea, and that's not even on like the hardest difficulties. Although each one of these upgrades, so if we just click on like one of these guys, for example here, like this guy, so you get like a permanent boost to your settlements basically every time you select one of these. So these will get easier and easier to an extent as you kind of select all of these upgrades. You can see my resources up here. So if I wanted to, I could come over here and get a fuel reduction. I didn't really talk about that, but yeah, you like burn wood and stuff at the hearth, just like that big turtle looking thing, I think. in my town, and then yeah, if you run out of fuel, basically none of your houses count for anything, and your resolve tanks, and people start leaving. That's the gist. Yeah, and so if I sacrifice things there, which you can do to kind of like reduce hostility and a couple other effects, it'll last a little bit longer. So I can go blip. There you go, unlock that, and that'll be ready for me in my next settlement, should I so desire. There's also this other part called deeds, which are basically just achievements. But when you complete them, you get a little bit of XP, or maybe you'll get a decoration or like a new aesthetic thing that you can dump in your settlement if you want to when you're in the main game. And I think I've probably done about half of these, if I were to guess. Let's see here. Yeah, somewhere around there. So those are the ones that I've done. There's a home where you get to talk to your aunt here. She won't leave. I don't know if like she's actually homeless or what, but this is where you can go to get like a little bit of story if you're interested. It's pretty light on the story, so I wouldn't really play the game for that, to be honest with you. And then yeah, you just got like your game history. So this is just a list of my most recent games that I've done. Now, as far as I know, I don't know that there's any online component to this game or not, but there is a daily expedition. So this is pretty common in games like this, where you know, the rules are going to be maybe a little bit wonky, and then you can compare your scores with friends, I guess. Again, I don't know if there's like I don't know that there's an online leaderboard for this, and I don't know if there will be. I've never done one, so I really can't say. So yeah, but anyway, that's pretty much the gist. Once you kind of run out of time here, the cycle ends, and then you start back at the beginning of the cycle, and the map resets. So you know, you'll only be able to see like this little bit here initially, but you can track down the question marks, and these will all have moved. The seals will have moved, and again, I don't know if I haven't really paid attention. I don't know if the tiles changed. I assume they probably do. So yeah, your path through the biomes, you know, may be a little bit different here, or yeah, the biomes that are around might be a little bit different. There's a few of them that all have their own kind of interesting little quirks. Anyway, yeah, I think that'll do it for this one. Just wanted to show you the game real quick since I've been enjoying it and playing quite a bit of it. So yeah, I will see you next time.